All right, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about this class right here, class number 3 in the first round. It was a market hog class, so if we when we initially turn around to this deal, we should find one thing pretty easy. There's 3 pigs in here that's got some muscle, they've got some body. Just in terms of composition, they're correct. Then there's one that probably runs out of muscle, runs out of some body shape pretty quick, and that's that blue hog. So we should probably go ahead and run that guy to the bottom just because he can't compete compositionally with the rest of them. That guy is awfully comfortable in motion, but when you truly evaluate his skeleton, that guy gets awfully upright in the angle of his shoulder. He kind of wants to come in at his knee. And then when that guy goes away from you, he's extremely short-hipped and he wants to push his hock ever so slightly. So yes, that guy's comfortable, but he still has skeletal issues as well, and that compounded with the fact that he is the narrowest made, lightest muscled one, is a pretty good recipe to go ahead and go fourth. So I believe his number was 4. Okay, so he went last with a 3-point cut. Then we kind of have 3 hogs, like I said, that have some power, have some mass, they're really good in terms of their shape, and they've all got enough body. Within that, we felt that one of them had the least amount of issues when it came to structure, and that's going to be the gilt of the class, number 1. She was tall at the point of her shoulder, she was extended ahead of her blade, she was really level down her top, and she was long and square out of her hip. She was a little straighter in terms of her hock, but she still flexed it pretty well as compared to the other 2 bears left in this class. So, one that has muscle, has shape, is pretty good in terms of her body, that still goes and moves pretty well. We thought that, you needed to find her towards the top of your card, and that's a 2-point cut. So we've got 1 on top, 4 on the bottom, and that kind of leaves the middle pair between 3 and 2. You kind of have to pick your poison here when it comes to structural issues. If you look at 2, that's kind of the high-spined one that gets weak behind his shoulder. He gets shorter and rounder in terms of his hip structure, but he stays a little bit squarer in terms of his hock. His toes are a bit more even. On the flip side of things, 3, he's the one that wants to push his hock to the outside of his body. He's not great in terms of his top line either. And additionally, that's the really short cannon bear that isn't going to be very big in the long run. But still, that guy is chock full of muscle. He's by far the best one in terms of his fore-rib shape, and that carries out into his mid-rib and into his lower flank. So that class is placed 1, 3, 2, 4 with cuts of 2, 2, and 3. Class 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, cuts of 2, 2, and 3.